where you've got 121 countries in the competition and 1,609 competitors. It's opened up over the years, originally for men only, and then the event expanded to women in 1987. That was when the first championships for women and the 8th for men was held in Barcelona, Spain. And you'll see that taekwondo is one of the most systematic and scientific Korean martial arts. And for its practitioners, it teaches more than just physical fighting skills. It lies in tune with the 5,000-year history of Korea. It's a global sport now, and became an official Olympic sport at the 2000 Summer Games in Sydney, Australia. Looking up at the scores, USA, Stephen Lopez edges forward because of an infringement by the Canadian fighter Sebastian Michaud, and he takes another admonishment from the referee. That's a full-point deduction. So Stephen Lopez goes ahead by 1 point. Stephen Lopez, well, what can you say? Took a bronze at the World Cup in '94, took a silver at the Pan American Championships '94. It goes on and on and on. Good. 2003, took a bronze, then up the ante at the World Championships 2003, took gold, then the Olympic Games 2004, took gold, and the World Championships 2005, took gold. So this, the male welterweight 78 kilogram weight division semi-final. Stephen Lopez of the USA and of the now legendary Lopez family. Some real upsets here so far. It's not all been good. Some major names have exited the tournament so far. In the men's fin 54 kilo category, Luis Reyes of the USA. And the USA having a tough time because Mark Lopez, Stephen's brother, also hard-nosing the highway. And controversially on day 2, from Iran, Hadi Bonekhoha. Bit of controversy connected with that. And there was protestation from the Iranian camp to the judges and referee. But judgment stood, and Bonekhoha had to settle with just coming in at 4th place. Well, we're really seeing some action here.
Come on, don't do that.
Dolyo Chagi after Dolyo Chagi, the roundhouse kick after one roundhouse kick, repeatedly being delivered by Lopez. And a frustration, an element of frustration in the work of Sebastian Michaud here. Just so keen to try and get in. This is the 3rd and final session all round, and still very close. A cleanly delivered technique from Sebastian Michaud, delivered to the head, could make the difference here. And again, Stephen Lopez complaining about that pressure in the clash from Michaud. He's had another admonishment, and that's worked to the advantage of Lopez, because now Michaud of Canada plays -2 to +1. Stephen Lopez. Oh, that was sweet and dandy. Lopez rams in another Dolyo Chagi. Made good contact. Wasn't a clean enough technique for the judges.
Come on, kick higher.
So a major event before the Beijing Olympics. There's 8 gold medalists from 2004 Athens Olympics here. 2 former world champions. And you're looking at one now from the USA, Stephen Lopez. USA, well, they're fielding a 16-strong team here, looking to improve on the 4-medal tally from 2005. Wind of favour has not been blowing kindly for them, but it could all change here. So looking maybe for a Yokchagi, a side kick. Doesn't quite bring it off. Sebastian Michaud, and the referee not impressed with any of the antics of Michaud. And that's it. The buzzer goes. It's the end of the 3rd session. Stephen Lopez by a country mile. So he goes on to the gold medal contest. Guaranteed a silver, whatever happens. But those are the scores. And a disappointing time for Sebastian Michaud. He really tried to pressurize Lopez, but in the process he got penalized for being too heavy-handed, and bronze goes to Canada. We're going for a short commercial break. Stay tuned for more action. The Taekwondo World Championships from Beijing. See you in a few.
Yahoo and Eurosport join forces for a new and unrivaled online sport experience. Yahoo Eurosport. As of May 21st, be a better sportsman.
Welcome back. We go to the 2nd semi-final in the male welterweight 78-kilogram category. And that draws from the USA, Balazs Toth. But this is the man he may have trouble against. Jang Chang-ha of Korea. Now, Balazs Toth, excuse me, not the USA, Hungary. Hungary for Balazs Toth. Jang Chang-ha is the man here that's going to cause problems in this division, apart from Lopez. Of course, the founding nation of the sport of Taekwondo. It is the national sport of South Korea. And so far, Korea have got 3 gold medals. Jung Jin-hee for the ladies in the bantamweight under 56 kilogram category. Gold went to Cho Yen-ho of the men's finweight under 54 kilogram category. And in the female featherweight under 59 kilogram category, Lee Sung-hee. And that puts South Korea ahead on the medals table. But look at Balazs Toth. Double dolly Chagi puts him 1 point ahead. Has a height advantage, the Hungarian, over Jang Chang-ha. And a reach advantage, and it's serving him well. So in that brief exchange, not enough in terms of clean technical strikes, but we can see that he's got the right attitude in terms of aggression. Now, of course, the standoff in Taekwondo is used to advantage because each of these fighters will try and draw in his opponent, try and feint, try and make him force an attack, and on the counter take advantage. And those of you, well, who participate in the sport will know, but those of you who are fans and watch will know that some of the, well, most important strikes are done on the counter, and they win the points. Well, Balazs Toth of Hungary taking a half-point deduction and penalty for standing off and not fighting. Neither fighter at this level, at semi-final level, will want to make a mistake, and unless you're extremely talented and gifted, well, your attack will open you and expose you. So there's the scores. Balazs Toth has 1 point, but he also has a half-point penalty. Jang Chang Ha still at 0. We're going into the second session, everything to play for. Just looking at the replay there, you can see a lot of forward motion. Balazs Toth, and when he was penalised by the referee for not coming forward, well, he soon readjusted, and you can see there's a good focus and energy about his work. So getting into the zone for the second period, Balazs Toth of Hungary, Jang Chang Ha of Korea in this men's welterweight semi-final. Well, W.C.Beijing, round kick, had good connection, delivered well, and it scores well, and Balazs Toth goes ahead 1 point. 2 plays 0 here, and well, national pride always resting on the Korean fighters, for the reason I mentioned earlier. It is the national sport and was devised in Korea, but there's still time. And I think the difficulty Jang Chang Ha is having here, that ranginess that Balazs Toth has. Balazs Toth, a full point deduction there, excessive contact, and Jang Chang Ha back up to fight again, but quite clearly heard himself coming forward in that last exchange. Well, that looks doable now, but he's got some good skills, Balazs Toth. Switch hits, changes stance, and those repetitive W.C.Beijing's firing in rapid fire. 2 plays 1. Toth with that full point penalty. Still very doable as we come to the end of the second session. Toth inviting Jang in. Jang accepts the invitation and leveled the scores psychologically, advantaging himself there right at the end of the second session. Now that's a real spoiler in terms of what's going on in Toth's head. Chang Ha Jang of Korea played sweetly towards the end of that second round. Dropped in a lovely point. Level the scores. Huge Korean contingent out to look for what could be another gold medal placing, but will certainly be a medal placing. So the third and final session, and this will decide who goes in against Steven Lopez. Steven Lopez of the USA. Well, we can see the level at which he fights. Former gold medalist in this event in 2005. But in that exchange, Balazs Toth late to the strike, and Chang Ha-jang of Korea gets a point. There's a point deduction for Toth. And this is where the strategy comes in. It's not always about being the fastest qualifier. It's doing the business when it counts. And that's when it counts. An admonishment for Chang Ha-jang of Korea. And with just over a minute left, it's still very possible to do. Now, very difficult. That was a lovely Dolyochagi to the head. It puts Chang Ha ahead by 2 points. And looking at the penalties there, that's a comfortable lead. He's not going to want to try and force the issue here. He's going to stand off and try and invite Toth in. Make a mistake. It's Toth that needs to do the work. Toth needs a headshot. 2 points. And that puts things in a different perspective. But not now, it doesn't. In that exchange, Chang Ha-jang goes ahead, and 5 plays 2, and I think this is probably too big a hill for Balazs Toth to climb at this stage. And again, it underlines the dominance the Koreans have, as you would expect in this sport. Well, a matter of seconds now, and Chang Ha-jang of Korea emphatically stamps his mark on this particular bout, moving forward to the gold medal contest and drawing with Steven Lopez of the USA. So, what a draw that's going to be. Good performance, it has to be said, from Balazs Toth, and they dominated it early on, but a case of the fastest qualifier, and psychologically Chang Ha-jang held out and then scored right through the third session, and it was too much to pull back. We're going for a quick commercial break. Stay tuned for more Taekwondo action here in Beijing.
Coming up in June on Eurosport 2. The objective is nothing short of total world domination. In volleyball, a League of Nations is preparing for battle. Brazil defend the title as 16 teams from around the globe put it all on the line in a bid to land the big one, the FIVB World League. Meanwhile, the rest of Europe's fighting its own regional league, all guaranteeing a packed summer with the best volleyball on the planet. Motor racing the North American way. High speed, high adrenaline, Champ Car World Series. Frenchman Sébastien Bourdais is driving out of this world and into an early season lead. He's going for 4 titles in a row, but the competition's hot on his wings. This month, the roads of Portland and the streets of Cleveland provide 2 stern tests of car and driver that may produce a potential champ of the Champ Car World Series. Beware, this is not for those who go to the beach for peace and quiet, nor those who don't like sand in their eyes. In a World Cup year, rugby's out on its own and in Saint-Maxime, in its element. Rugby pros turn on the style, winding down, playing for fun, and generally letting themselves go. The serious stuff's for later. Right now, it's time to hit the beach. Volleyball, champ cars and beach rugby, coming up in June on Eurosport 2.
Welcome back to the Chanping Stadium in Beijing for this, the 2007 Beijing WTF World Taekwondo Championships. 121 countries competing in this event, and a lot of medals up for grabs, 16 golds, and they will be hunted by the different nations involved here. There's few to grab now. Korea looks on the way to possibly taking its fourth, but they've got 3 golds already. So in the flyweight category, Guillermo Perez of Mexico, fighting blue, goes up against Tamar Beyaoumi of Egypt. This is the final, the gold medal contest, and having got this far, this is going to be something neither of these two fighters will want to let go easily. Well, he's inviting him in.
Ladies and gentlemen, the athlete of the blue side.
Spain plays 2 to Mexico's 1. And Antonio Ramos looking comfortable, just at distance there. Perez desperately trying to even the score at the end of the first period. Doesn't manage to do it. 2 plays 1. Ramos of Spain ahead. Perez of Mexico having the work to do in the second period.
Ladies and gentlemen, the first round has ended. The score is...
Well, for any viewers watching and wondering what the meaning of the word taekwondo means, it's composed of 3 parts. Tai means foot, leg, or to step on. Kwon means fist or fight. And Do means the way. If you put those 3 parts together, you can see the 2 important concepts behind Taekwondo. Spain's Antonio Ramos squeezing ahead. That 1-point advantage to 3. That was neatly done. Although quite clearly, Perez of Mexico is the aggressor here. Spain's Ramos advantaging himself on the counter, but in that clash there, Ramos taking a huge knock, and that would just absolutely be dreadful if he had to withdraw at this stage. Some injury time being allowed, but unless the judge awards an admonishment or penalty to Guillermo Perez of Mexico, he will not be disqualified, and Ramos will have lost, being unable to continue. No admonishment from the ref, looked upon as being a natural part of the exchange. He looks back to form, Ramos, and with that comfortable 4-1 lead, standing off here and forcing Guillermo Perez of Mexico to move in, open himself up, so that Ramos can take advantage. The judges throughout this tournament been very sparing in terms of giving points, looking for clean techniques, and that's unfortunate. Ramos takes a half-point penalty as a warning. Doliochagi, 2 fired in there by Perez, not clean enough. And the skip. So at the end of this second session, there's an exchange. It's not been scored. And Jose Antonio Ramos of Spain hangs on to that 4-1 lead, and just giving away a half-point penalty. And tension here just so high. This is the gold medal tournament. So much at stake. So much resting on this. Chance just to revisit the action from the second session. This is the third and final. It would take a huge effort, it has to be said, for Guillermo Perez of Mexico to overtake that 3-point lead that Jose Antonio Ramos has. But it's all about climbing the mountain step by step, and it is possible. Well, that was quick. Just gives you an indication of the speed at which these players conduct their business at. And there's a 4-point deduction for Jose Antonio Ramos. And that was unfortunate, because it means a headshot from Perez of Mexico. Give him 2 points, and that would make the difference. Doliochagi, back kick. but he loses out to Ramos. Ramos gets the point, and it's a lot of contact. Under a minute left in this third session. It's the final session. And Perez really has to pull something out of the bag here. Has to be said, Jose Antonio Ramos has proved a difficult target. He's really outfoxed Perez, and that's 70% of this game. It's all about deception. And that counter shot, always so important in scoring terms. Dolio Chagi made good contact, not being scored. The judges just entertaining. Really crisp technical shots. He's really trying everything, isn't he, Perez? And at the end of that session, gold medal goes to Jose Antonio Ramos of Spain. Perez will have to settle for silver, and overwhelmed by emotion there, Ramos. Quite clearly, he battled through injury, and I think that'll count for some of the emotion. But gold medal goes to Spain, and it goes because of the work of this man, Jose Antonio Ramos. So in that male flyweight category, Spain takes gold, Mexico takes silver. Jose Antonio Ramos lifts up the Spanish flag, and after the necessaries with all the team coaches and managers and his mum and dad, he thinks he's going to do a lap of honour with the flag. So that's how it was done.
Yahoo and Eurosport join forces for a new and unrivaled online sport experience. Yahoo Eurosport. As of May 21st, be a better sportsman.